Thank you for joining us this evening. In just a few weeks, voters in Spartanburg County will decide a referendum that could impact the area for decades.
The question, will voters approve $220 million project to replace several aging government buildings, including the county courthouse? 7 News reporter Kimberly Brown dug into the details of the 1% sales tax increase. Kimberly?
You know, that penny sales tax, it will build the new municipal building, as you just mentioned, right in the place where the old one is. What it will not do, it will not tax people when they go to buy groceries. It won't apply to that, and it will not apply to prescription drugs. That's something important to remember when you go to the polls. But it will tax those visitors who come to Spartanburg to spend money.
Mold is on the docket and a few other places in Spartanburg courtrooms, and most would agree it needs to be addressed sooner rather than later.
The penny will help us address our mold issues in our courthouse, which we have a public health issue.
On November 7th, voters have a chance to do something about it at the polls. They'll be voting on a 1% sales tax, which would fund a new courthouse, judicial center, EMA center, government offices, and even parking. Alan Smith, president and CEO of Spartanburg Chamber of Commerce, says time is of the essence for these buildings.
They're technologically obsolete. They were built at a time where our population was half of what it is today.
Now, just weeks before the polls open, opinions are split. If the tax fails, Ben Harrison believes the most likely alternative is higher property taxes, and that would hit him right in the wallet.
Because I pay so much in property taxes already, that it would definitely affect me more to pay more property tax.
But Carolyn Reed Smith says she thinks the mold should just be cleaned up without putting up a new building.
That's a lot of money to say I'm going to change all of these buildings because of one problem. I just don't see that.
But it's not just the people who live in Spartanburg who would be affected if the increase were to pass.
28 to 35% of the revenue that comes from the penny will come from people that don't even live here.
Meaning people from other counties who come to the area to shop, they'll pay the sales tax, as well as those who stop at exits along I-85 and I-26.
And if that sales tax is approved, state law says they can only collect that money for 6 years. So eventually there will be a cutoff. But if you want to know more about what the sales tax would do and how it will be applied, there's an informational meeting. It's scheduled for tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the library on Church Street. It is open to the public. Reporting live in Spartanburg, Kimberly Brown, 7 News.
You know, Kimberly, with something like this, obviously so important for voters to be educated about it. One of the people that you spoke with mentioned it's a high price to pay for just one problem, but isn't it a lot more than just one problem here? Safety also an issue.
It is, as the gentleman from the Chamber of Commerce reported to us. He mentioned that there's a safety issue within the courtroom with all of the judges and the defendants and the lawyers. They're all kind of crammed in one place. It's a safety issue because the buildings were built so long ago that some of them are not up to code and they need to be revamped. So rather than putting money into bringing them up to code, why not just put all of the buildings together, city and county, consolidate those two, put them in one building, and just go ahead and take care of it with the penny sales tax that other people who come to the city will help us pay for. So we'll see what happens once people go to the polls in November. Back to you.
Yeah, inmates, judges, the public all walking through the same halls. Wasn't meant to be that way originally. All right, thank you, Kimberly.
A nationwide sweep exposing